So today, we're going to dig into a really clever piece of advertising that's aimed squarely at civil engineers who are dreaming of moving to Australia. It's got this big promise of a fast track to permanent residency, and we're going to break down exactly how this whole strategy is supposed to work. Let's jump in.
Just imagine this for a second. You've spent years, maybe even a decade, building your career as a civil engineer. You're good at what you do, but then you decide to immigrate, and you just hit a brick wall. The source material we're looking at today kicks off with this exact scenario, and it asks a really provocative question. Is your dream career an immigration dead end? I mean, that's a powerful hook, right? It's really designed to hit home if you're feeling stuck.
So how does this ad actually build its case? Well, it starts by zooming in on this very specific challenge that it says civil engineers are facing when they try to move to Australia. It calls it the PR hurdle.
Okay, so the ad doesn't waste any time. It gets right to the point. It claims the biggest problem for civil engineers isn't that they lack skills or experience, not at all. It's the high points competition. What this really means is that even if you're a top-tier engineer, you could still be struggling to get that all-important invitation for residency, just because the field is so incredibly crowded.
And, just to make sure we're all on the same page, let's talk about what's really at stake here. Permanent residency, or PR. This is the goal. It's the right to live, to work, and to study in Australia forever. It's the foundation for building a brand new life there, and the ad makes it crystal clear that the competition for this is fierce. All right, so the ad lays out this big hurdle, but it's not all doom and gloom. It pivots really quickly to a solution, which it frames as a much smarter alternative pathway to get to that same residency goal. And this is where you really see the core pitch. On one side, you've got the civil engineer stuck in that high-stakes competition and facing delays. But on the other side, the ad presents the construction project manager as the clear winner, a fast-track pathway to PR, because this role is supposedly in high demand. The message is super simple. You don't have to ditch your skills. You just need to reframe them under a title that the immigration system likes a whole lot more.
So, why does this pivot even make sense? Well, it's all tied to something called Australia's Skilled Occupation List. This is literally an official list of jobs that the country has said, hey, we need more people for these roles. And the ad makes a huge point of saying that construction project managers are on that list. This makes the whole career switch feel less like a wild gamble and more like a really smart, strategic move based on what the country is actually asking for.
Okay, so we've got the problem, and we've got this pretty clever solution. But the next big question is, how do you actually do it? And the ad anticipates this. It lays out a very clear, step-by-step action plan for you.
And the ad breaks it down into these 3 steps that honestly sound pretty straightforward. First up, get a skills assessment done. This is basically to prove your qualifications are a good fit for the new role. Second, lodge your EOI strategically. And that word strategically is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, right? It suggests there's a secret sauce to this. And finally, step 3 is the payoff. Move closer to getting your Australian PR.
And you might be asking, what on earth is an EOI? It just stands for expression of interest. Think of it like this. It's you officially raising your hand and telling the Australian government, hey, I've got the skills you're looking for, and I'd like to be considered for a visa. That whole strategic part is all about making sure your EOI actually gets noticed in the pile. And look, let's be real. Trying to navigate all this bureaucracy alone can feel pretty overwhelming. And that's exactly where the ad brings in its expert, a consultant named Naira Joshi. She's presented as the guide who can walk you through it all, step by step, giving you clarity and confidence. It's a really classic marketing move, right? You turn this big, abstract idea into a concrete service with a real person to guide you. And finally, we get to what is maybe the most crucial part of any good ad, creating that sense of urgency. The ad doesn't just tell you what to do, it screams at you why you need to do it right now. And this quote, this is a classic. It's playing right into that fear of missing out. Immigration rules are always in flux. Policies get updated, the points you need can shoot up overnight. The message here is loud and clear. If you wait around, you might just lose your chance altogether.
Yeah, this really drives the point home. The ad hammers on this idea that early action can make all the difference, framing this as a critical, time-sensitive decision. The implication is totally clear. Get on this now and you've got an advantage. If you wait, you could get left behind. It's a super effective call to action. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, you see it's a really smart piece of marketing, isn't it? It finds a real pain point, it offers up a targeted, clever solution with an expert to help, and then it creates this powerful sense of urgency. This whole strategy kind of leaves us with a bigger question.
In our incredibly competitive world, is strategically rebranding your career the new secret to achieving your immigration goals? It's definitely something to think about.